Hello, hello, and welcome back yet again to Let Supreme Ghost Thief 2. We are at Mission 4, Ambush today, so we're going to start on that in a few quick seconds. But I again wanted to interrupt this beginning by announcing yet another, I'm not sure if it's going to be a full-on YouTube channel, but Psychosis, which you might be aware of. He's an author of several recent missions and also a member of the Inside at Last podcast. He actually, when I was invited to the podcast, I asked him to do an actual ghost run, and he said he might even record one, and he did. He actually did record a Supreme run-through of A Midsummer Night's Heist, which is a mission for the very recent contest, the 1 million units contest, and he put that up on his channel. So kudos to him for that. Thank you for accepting the channel, Psychosis, and I very much enjoyed watching your playthrough. So I'm going to link to his channel as well. Check out that video, and maybe he'll even have more videos in the future. So there's a lot of activity on the ghosting and Supreme Ghosting front these days, which is great to see. Today we are playing Ambush, and in the last video I did talk a little bit about how my controls, my movement wasn't right. It should be resolved now. It was my keyboard, an external keyboard that I have for my new laptop, that for some reason I just had to unplug it and replug it, so the movement should be better. Should be less finicky this time. So we are going to load up the save from the end of Framed, and watch the briefing for Ambush.
Seems like the consequences of my occupation have finally caught up with me. I went to the Crippled Burrick pub to meet Sammy about unloading some merchandise. The smell of ale and smoke from the place wasn't enough to cover up the stench of an ambush. A couple of watch officers were there waiting for me. Judging by the look on Sammy's face, I'd say he sold me out. They didn't seem interested in bringing me in either. The Bluecoats were looking for swift justice. Fortunately, I always have an ace up my sleeve. I better get back to my place fast and try to figure out what to do next. I just have to get past these guys and the rest of the city's finest out on patrol.
Okay, so there's not a lot to do here, but at least it is what the title of the mission says it is. It's an ambush. So we are to escape the ambush and return to your home in the northwest, and don't kill anyone. There will be one additional objective once we get there. We have to exit the whole map through the Shalebridge gate, but you probably know that. So this is not a very well-made mission, in my opinion. The whole ambush is cool because it's different, but you don't get to actually see anything from the ambush. You just have to leave and escape. The city hub is also pretty nicely made, but it is not, to me it seems incomplete, and it probably is incomplete. There's very little going on. There's just patrols, but there's very little detail. A few buildings you can get into, but there's nobody in any of the buildings. A few readables here and there, so that's a plus, but not very much to do. And so this comes very low on my list. I think it's in the bottom 3, even for the whole game. And that, coupled with the fact that there's another mission that's based on this map that is even worse, Tracing the Courier. So the whole city area could have been utilized so much better. And when it's a city mission, and there are so many great city missions that are made by fans these days, it has not aged well. So the score has actually gone down. I think I used to have Framed scored lower than this when I first played it, but Framed has actually increased. I think the replayability of Framed is better than this. So it is what it is. Not one of my favorites, but it'll still be enjoyable to play through. So there's obviously no loadout screen or purchase screen. So we are going to go ahead and start in the streets here. We have to get away from the Bluecoats.
Better get moving before they see me.
Right away here. Let's go up here and wait for them to pass, so then I'll show you something out front. There are 2 patrolling guards right here.
Thought I saw something.
And then out front, you can grab the arrows off of her. And then this is inside the pub. And we'll read that scroll. That's the only thing of interest in here. Watch Sergeant Harwin. I must protest that the technique of paying informants has been in place for only a week, and I think it has shown far more promise than expected. While the first round netted us only a few small fish, the fools have begun to compete to turn each other in. A good fraction of the gold we pay out, or reap back again when we arrest the informers themselves. Ceasing the project now would be, in my opinion, short-sighted, Morgan. So they are paying informants to rat out, if you will, or turn in, help the city watch arrest certain criminals, and then they are arresting the informers for taking bribes afterwards. Obviously, you're not going to find that many informers, so that word on the street will probably go out pretty soon. So I don't think this is a very long-lasting project, Morgan, so I'm not sure how smart this is. If I've understood this correctly. Correct me if I haven't. That is all you can find inside the pub. So I'm not really sure where Garrett has left here. I mean, if he was ambushed in here, where did he leave? At the front door? Then why did we start on the side stairs? So there should have been a door or something in here to indicate that he left somewhere else. Anyway, so we are down in the pub area. We came out on the south, and the entrance is on the east. There are 2 patrollers and a total of 5 guards around the pub. 2 at the gates up here and 2 here, and the woman out front with the broadheads. So if you want to go for all the pickpockets in this mission, that is actually quite challenging. You can't get the her pickpocket without alerting her, but it's difficult. I do have a ghost challenge for this mission, but it's not that. But that could be an additional challenge that you can try on your own. Try to get her arrows, and then leave the front porch without getting a first alert. I'm not sure that's possible. You can leave up north, but then you can't pass this area to leave the whole pub area. So I don't know if that's even possible to get out without a first alert. You can do it for Ghost, but you can't do it for Supreme. Now, our home is obviously here. It's, you know, conveniently called home on the map. So I guess this is a map that Garrett made and wrote home on the map. I don't think that's very smart in case somebody gets a hold of this map. But anyway, and I don't think a city map would say home. Probably it's a city map that he wrote home on. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt here. The whole map is based around, I would say, central hub of the marketplace. So you have a section to the west that is, well, the different streets here, you know, Helena Way, Sparrow Street, Hill Street, up to the home where there's more guards. You have a graveyard here, and that you can't get into until tracing the courier. So this whole section here is locked off. You can't get there. And then you have the eastern section, or the northeast, over here. There's some sewers around, but they're very short, and only serves to relocate you more efficiently from one area to the next, which is cool. You know, you got the canal system here that you can use. So I guess that's the benefit. There is some verticality to it. You can't get up on any rooftops, but you can use the canal, you can use the sewers. If you're on the street level, you're pretty exposed, but there are not that many guards, and they have fairly lengthy patrols. There are a few stationary guards, and those are actually the most difficult ones. There's one conversation that we're going to listen to, but I'm not going to trigger, because it'll mean there are 2 more patrollers around, one in the west, one in the east, and they alert like normal, so we don't want those to see us. And then we're going to end through the old gate up towards Shalebridge up here. So there's one piece of loot in the marketplace that's difficult, but it's a lot easier in New Dark than it was in Old Dark. So I'll show you that, and we should be able to perfect Supreme Ghost this mission. And that's not even that hard to do. So that really tells you how easy it is, and that's normally not good for replayability either if it's too easy. There are too many easy missions in this campaign. There's one good mission coming up in not too long for City Bank and Trust. That mission is very good. But that's a tough one, which is good. So we are going to load, and we are going to now head instead north and listen to a conversation up here. This conversation come up between these women is cool. I like it.
What's going on? The city watch are all over the place.
Oh, they're looking for some guy the sheriff once brought in.
Goodness me, is this man dangerous?
They say they want him dead or alive, but it looks to me like they'd prefer dead.
And how do you know that?
I was at the pub, saw a couple of bluecoats ambush the guy there. He managed to get away, though. Never seen anyone move that fast before. He just vanished into the shadows.
My.
Good. Cool. I think it's cool when people talk about us. Okay, up on this little grassy plateau, I'm going to go in here. Right now and save, and then we can look at something else. There are two water arrows, and then there is a moss arrow, I believe. Yep, right here in this little garden.
What's the latest on the war, Raleigh?
Lord Anders hasn't received a report in some time. The last he heard, it was not going well. I fear the Baron may return with the battlefield coming right up behind him.
I think you worry too much. This city is like a fortress. With the mechanists here to help us defend the city, we needn't fret about it.
I think you put too much faith in the mechanists. After all, they are only a splinter group of the Hammerites, hardly a military force. They seem concerned only with aiding nobles with their fancy inventions. Their tin soldiers wouldn't last long against a real army.
Well, until I see a battle going on outside my window, I shan't worry about it.
Cool. A little bit of background there on the mechanists. So there's a patrol that starts from both of those afterwards. Down here. Oh, don't want to get caught by that guy. There is
Wait, yes, sir. I think I saw something.
two guards here. So the left one is an archer with more arrows.
I'm sure it was.
And then you have the other guard there.
That there. Identify yourself.
Okay, this is gonna be my ghost challenge, so I don't want to alert those guys in the process. So,
What's the latest on the war, Raleigh?
Thought I saw something.
so what I want you guys to do is go from this area, get this guy's arrows,
Probably just some
I think you worry too
rookie.
much.
and then leave through the archway there
Mechanists here to help us defend the city.
behind that other guard. So do not get any first alerts from either of those guards.
Too much faith.
Go from here, drop down on this side,
They are only a splinter group of the Hammerites. Hardly
get his
a
arrows,
military
go through the
force.
archway
They seem concerned
within Supreme rules. So you should be able to get out of there without busting Supreme. Remember, you can't move any guards, you can't push into any guards, push them out of the way. So it might require a little bit of an conventional method to get that done, but get through those or past those two guards without a first alert and get his arrows. So we're not going to trigger that conversation. Okay. That gate there is this gate. So we are right here now. We're going to head up to the marketplace and listen to another conversation there in a little bit. Up here is a purse, very randomly placed purse.
What's a big fella like you doing out here at night? Don't you want a woman to keep you warm?
What for? This uniform is plenty warm enough, and it's not even cold out tonight.
So I want to wait a little bit and see if that woman ends up where she's supposed to. Yeah. She doesn't always. She just ends up bumping into that table. And that I don't like. I should have saved it over there before. Being a little bit careless here, probably because I know that this mission is easy. Let's see. Let's save it before we go in there.
What's a big fella like you doing out here at night? Don't you want a woman to keep you warm?
What for? This uniform is plenty warm enough, and it's not even cold out tonight.
So let's hope that she doesn't get stuck there. Yeah, it's so annoying that she gets stuck. I'm not sure if it'll matter for us, though, because I'm going to try one more time, and I'm going to make a real save here. It's just that that woman and that man involves
What's a big fella like you doing out here at night?
the most difficult piece of loot, which is on his purse or on his belt.
Don't you want a woman to keep you warm?
What for? This uniform is plenty warm enough, and it's not even cold out tonight.
So I'm not sure what determines. Last time I played it was like 50-50 if she got stuck or not. No, okay, so there, I don't know. Okay, well, that's good. There she didn't get stuck. She stopped. We can save. There are 5 water arrows in the fountain there. You can get those for Supreme if you take them during their conversation. But if you do, you need to wait until after the conversation is done, because sometimes the guard gives a settling remark, which indicates that he's seen you. So when I ran across here, he would have normally given a first alert, for sure. But I utilized the fact that he was in the middle of a conversation, and that's okay. That's allowed for Supreme. Maybe a little bit frowned upon, but I'm not going to spend extra time sneaking through the marketplace here when he doesn't give a first alert. If he had given a settling remark after the conversation, I totally wouldn't have done that. Then I would have snuck through. But we're fine now. We haven't gotten any alerts, so we're all good. And out up here, we're now heading down southwest of the market. Over there's a guard. He shouldn't see us in here. Here's the sewer entrance. We're not going to use that. So here's a building with a little bit of loot. Nothing in this room. Here is a stack of copper coins and a crib and a readable. My lord, I write to thank you for your most interesting entertainment of the other night. The sheriff's men are, as you said, most efficient, and watching the rabble fall over themselves in panic afforded me more entertainment than a good month of theater. Might we avail ourselves of this street cleaning farce again this weekend? I await your reply, your devoted L. And here is a gold goblet worth 25, so that's total 80. Let's see. We're going to head out here. So we jumped into the canal on Helena Way. There is a patroller up here that I've actually had get stuck in the canal several times before. There he is. In here, there's a purse. Up here, there's a big W. Now, I guess a little bonus is if any of you can comment and tell me what this W is a reference to. It's a little bit of an Easter egg, I guess. I don't think we can go underneath there, can we? No, we can't. This is actually a little bit of a difficult area. Because we're fairly exposed here. Purse was worth 200. 200. So we're headed north and we're going to head west here. Drop in here actually. This is just an empty tower, it seems like. There are some guards right above us. Here is a building. This takes us straight out into the street where those guards are, so we're not going to go that way. In here are 2 toolboxes. They contain 3 Mars arrows in one, and then a very special arrow that doesn't have a name, and it's known as the indestructible arrow, because you can use it as many times as you want. Pick it up again after you use it. You know, you can stick it to any kind of surface, or it doesn't stick, but you don't lose it ever, and it's stuck to your inventory. So I'm not sure if this is just a glitch, or if it's another empty room, or if it is a an arrow with a specific use, or something they planned on implementing. I'm not sure, or if it's just a mistake. It's supposed to be a different arrow that they just forgot to assign. Probably that. Probably that. Okay, so we are going to move up. We're actually to the west of Sparrow Street right now. Grocery store. Here's stack of silver coins, stack of gold coins, and 5 coin pairs. Total of 417. There's 2 loaves, 3 apples, 2 cucumbers, 3 cheeses, and 2 carrots in this in these shelves. On these shelves. Jump over here. And now we are almost home. We are actually moving north of Hill Street here. There's 2 guards. One of them has 3 arrows. If you want to steal those. So we're now up here. Let's see. So this is a map that shows our house and the floors in our house, but it also shows the building south of it. So these 2 buildings here are open. There's a woman sleeping in one of these upper floors here, but the entire rest of the buildings are empty. This is some kind of a tool shed or a warehouse with tools in it, but there's nothing to pick up. We're going to listen to a conversation by the front door. I think we're going to get new objectives.
Home sweet home.
Remember, men, his name is Garrett. Consider him armed and dangerous. The sheriff wants him brought in, dead or alive.
What's the sheriff want with a common thief? Why all the extra manpower?
Truitt says this man is very dangerous and clever. Just follow your orders.
But why?
I don't want to hear it. You have your orders.
Yes, sir.
Sir, isn't it ma'am? Ah, well, maybe that's a neutral term in the police force. Probably should be. So we got a new objective. Actually, 2 new. Several members of the City Watch are waiting for you in your apartment. You need to find shelter elsewhere, and there's no better place than Shalebridge. The only snag, you have to sneak into your home and get the gate key you keep hidden in the secret compartment in your bedroom closet. And then also, after you get the gate key, proceed to Shalebridge. Between the sheriff's patrol and the guard post at the main gate, it's not going to be as easy as it sounds. No, that is true. Over by Shalebridge, that's the hardest place in the mission to get by. This is not hard here. It's just a matter of going slow. The front door guard, you can see there's an archer up the stairs there. You can take the arrows of, but it's a little bit difficult. But you can sneak over and reach it around the corner, even though you can't see the arrows. Okay, we're going to head up to... Oh, that is typical, isn't it? That is so typical.
Home sweet home.
There is a patroller inside, so she heard us.
Remember, men, his name is Garrett. Consider him armed and dangerous. The sheriff wants him brought in dead or alive.
What's the sheriff want with a common thief? Why all the extra manpower?
Truett says this man is very dangerous and clever. Just follow your orders.
We are very dangerous and very clever.
I don't want to hear it. You have your orders.
Yes, sir.
Looks like I'm gonna need a new address. But I'm gonna have to get to my stash first.
So we have to wait for that guard to be a little bit further away.
Something there? You're under arrest!
Oh.
What?
Why we have to have all these codes for things. Why we have to say code 8? It really means some guy punching some other guy. And then Truett bites your head off. You say the wrong one.
What was that noise?
This be a cushier job on private guard duty. She's what I know. Sheriff's just as bad as he.
So this is our living room, I guess. And we are then on the second floor. Yep. This is the closet. And a very, very well hidden secret area in here. All we really need from this place is our purse, which has our money from last mission. That's 1378, total 1795. And we need the
Good.
key.
Now time to relocate.
The key for Shalebridge. That's all we need. But there's also 3 broadheads in... no. 10 broadhead arrows. 3 scouting orbs. 5 noisemaker arrows. 2 healing potions. 5 moss arrows. 3 fire arrows. And 5 water arrows. And there's also a speed potion and a slow fall potion in here.
What?
Kick back and take it easy. Go napping on duty. Short walking patrol.
go. So we've checked off the objectives except for getting to Shalebridge. That's what we're going to do next. Let's see, and we can do that like that. And can we go this way? I think we can. I believe we can, anyway.
What was that?
If we're more careful than that, we can, at least. Yeah, there is a guard here, so that's the door to the warehouse that I talked about. So there's a ladder here that we can use. So we shouldn't get spotted here as long as we just move a little bit slowly. Can use this little sewer section to get around. Let's see. That's where I wanted to go in. Good. This is where we want to be. Through here. There's a woman stationed, and then there is a two patroller. There's a lot of double patrols going on around here. And one of those guards has a healing potion, yeah. The backmost one. So they usually go together because one is set to follow the other one. And I am going to follow them when she turns around and show you one more pickable item. Come on, lady. She refuses to turn around now. Of course they come back now. Okay.
I don't like this.
Up here. 5 broadhead arrows. We are going to head up here, and we're actually going to listen to a conversation that I don't think I ever caught in... this right here doesn't get us anywhere. There's just an open window you can jump out of if you want to. But this next conversation I don't think I ever caught in the original playthrough. going to catch it now.
Did you hear about the raid at the Overlord's fancy? Troy led the bust himself.
Donald must be pretty pissed.
You could say that.
If Truard keeps up this pace, we'll all be out of a job. There won't be anyone left to arrest.
Oh, well, I guess we'll just have to arrest the sheriff at that point.
Yeah, the Baron will be surprised to find out that Truard is working for everyone but him.
Does anyone know who the people the sheriff is working for are? I'm surprised that no one really talks about it.
You won't be talking about it neither if you know what's good for you.
Cool. So it seems like they raided the Thieves Guild, or the Overlord Fancy. The gambling den there. So if that's what they did, then Truart must be a powerful guy. So these are the guards here that talked. So if you go across this bridge here, then you don't trigger that conversation. I guess that's why I never heard it. Here's a loaf, but more importantly, there is a bottle of wine. Total 18.45. And now we are going to take the long trek all the way back to the marketplace and beyond. Guess we should make a real save here, maybe. Or no, we can't do that. That's right. We have to... We need to get up there before he comes back. Yeah. He doesn't see us there. Good. That guy was stuck, like I said. Last time, did we close? We closed the door, didn't we? Yes, we did. So we're now sneaking back down. We cannot go east here because then those guards around the canal can see us. So we have to go south. I think we can wait here for him to return. Okay. I thought he turned around there. Just to make things a little bit more interesting and take a different route. Use the sewers here.
A sewer never looked so appealing.
So now we come out where we were earlier. Back to the marketplace, and we're now going to head back east. Now, of course, we have to sneak here. Otherwise he'll see us. So I know if that woman had been stuck bumping into the table, it would have been a lot easier for us to get up behind him and take the purse. But that doesn't make it very realistic because that doesn't often happen, or it's not supposed to happen, so I'd rather do it the way it's supposed to be presented. Okay, back here. Head in here. This is a door we have to pick open. the 1 out of 2 lockpicks that we have to make. I don't think there's any door down. There is, but I think that leads straight out to the streets where
Who's making that noise?
Yeah, that is not what you want. Where you want to go. Here is a control for the main gate, which we do not need to open at all. Here is a stack of gold coins. There is a white key, and there is a noisemaker arrow. We do not need that white key. It opens a couple of double doors. We are now here. It opens double doors right here. We still need to go to the area east of that, but that we will do by another route. Here. We're going to approach the guard on the marketplace from this angle, from the northeast. There's a couple of guards there that can see us unless we go slow. So if we go any slower than or faster than this, we will get spotted. Now in Old Dark, you can mantle this, but you would make a clang when you came up there. That doesn't happen in New Dark because of New Mantle. So we can now grab that. Total 1970, that's max loot for the mission. Going back down, you have to be very careful because you can alert that woman. Like that.
What's that?
So you have to, I'm creep crouch tapping the walk key. Pretty much the slowest you can go. And when you're on downhill slope, it goes even faster.
Strange.
Done for.
What on earth? There we go. Not sure why that was more concealed, but it was. Here are the double doors that the white key would open. But then we have to return the key and block the door and all that, so we don't want to do that. Instead, we just want to use the sewers to pass underneath those doors. Be careful here because these sewers, the guard upstairs can actually see us through the manhole.
What's there?
And he's right there now. So there are two archers to the east here. One that goes at the far northeastern area and one that goes sort of in the northern or western area that have arrows. So those are the last two arrows if you are looking for. Pockets. turn around, I hope. Okay. And here, one of them here. Difficult pick this.
Hey, notice that?
All of them are coming. We might just have to wait here, but I'll try.
You see anything?
Yeah, we can't do that. There's not enough time. But one of the three that are coming should have arrows. I think they all should turn around, shouldn't they? There we go. So that is a necessary lockpick. And you will see why, even though we're not picking up anything from this house, we are going through and we are exiting through this window. And that is the only way to get past this guard here. Because that guard doesn't move. Okay, I have to... Okay, I don't know what's going on here. There's a lot of people walking. There's the last archer. Oh, no, she not... No.
Never should have gotten out of noble guard duty.
She probably does not have arrows. I'm not sure, but there's one archer more that has arrows. Wow, there's a lot of people here. We're dark up here, so we're good. I think that's one of the last archers, because they are only walking here. So there is a house here that we can go through, some kind of a grocery store, or at least there's a kitchen in there, with windows at both ends. Or, no, there's a door that we can pick also on the south side, but we're not going to do that. Because we don't need to pick that lock, and I don't like to pick locks that I don't need to pick. Oh, goodness gracious. There's the door right on the right here. There she is. That's the last archer. Let me show you.
We got him now!
In the name of...
Okay, that was not successful. Let me show you once they pass instead. How about? In here, there's 2 cheeses, 3 loaves, 2 cucumbers, and 3 apples on the shelves. So I guess it's not a grocery store. It's the pickable door right there, but it's an apartment and a kitchen in an apartment.
Did you see that?
Then all we have to do is go out here and leave. We have to lock this door. But you cannot drop the Shalebridge gate key. It's not possible to drop. Great. That is perfect Supreme Ghost success, hopefully. I always say that because I don't know if I got caught. Please let me know if I did, but I do have a segmented run that doesn't include any of the explanations, just a quick run through the mission, only getting loot and objectives. 25 minutes, 2 seconds, 1970 out of 1970. Great. Pockets picked 1 out of 8. That was the one purse. All the other ones are keys or arrows that we don't need. Locks picked 2. Those are both necessary. Backstab 0, knockout 0, no damage dealt taken or healing taken. Nobody killed, no Iron Beast destroyed or disabled, and there is no secrets on this one. So this gets a pretty low score. I would say 56%, something like that. 5.6 out of 10. Yeah. It gets a few points because the scenario of an ambush is new, and it's a city hub. That is quite interesting, but it's just way too empty. Way too empty, way too easy of a mission. There's loot, at least. There's some readables, but not many. So a little bit to sink your teeth into, but not much. So I am more looking forward to the next mission, eavesdropping, although that's not a great mission. It's okay. It's much better than this. And then we have First City Bank and Trust. But we're going to go back to T2X and do the redistribution game next, which is a short but nice mission. So until next time, have a good night. Bye-bye.